I am so excited for today's review. Today, I am finally going to review what I think is my favorite thing that I own right now. Today, I'm reviewing this thing. This is the Riptide R1 Black electric skateboard, and I think it's the best skateboard of 2019. Let me explain why. Morgan got this thing for me when this channel passed 10,000 subscribers about a month ago. So I've had plenty of time to play with it, ride it, and before it gets too beat up, I need to review it. First things first, you'll notice something very interesting if you go to rideriptide.com to buy this board. You can't. They don't make it anymore. This board was announced as a partnership in April with this piece right here. This is the waterborne surf adapter kit. It's this front piece and this back riser bit that make this board particularly special. And they announced the partnership in April, the board was released in May, and now it's July, and you already can't buy the board. I reached out to Riptide on Twitter and they said, we're no longer selling it. Waterborne made a pivot in their business model. You can still purchase an R1 from us and then install their kit following these directions, and then they linked the directions for me. If after watching this review, you like this board as much as I do, you'll need to go to Riptide's website and purchase either their R1 or R1X board. Then you'll need to go to Waterborne Skateboard's website and purchase the surf adapter kit, and then you've got to put them together yourself. It's kind of fun though. It makes this whole black deck R1 Black board kind of special. It was only out for a couple of months. That's fun. Today, I'm gonna go over the specs of this board really quickly, and then I'm gonna take it out to the beach to test out the top speed and range of the board, and show you why I think it's the best board of 2019. Spoiler alert, it's the surf trucks. And as with most products I review, I'm gonna compare this board to another board that's out there on the market that most people know about. In this case, I'll be comparing this board to the Boosted Mini S. They seem most comparable in price and specs. So it won't be a complete comparison, but I'll use that board kinda, to give context, because a lot of you know of that board and might even have some experience with that board. Ow. All right, this is a 31-inch deck, which is kind of perfect. It's super surf inspired. It's got the swallowtail on the back, which doesn't do much. It's kind of for looks, but it's got a really good kicktail. Check out, oh yeah, look at that big swoopy kicktail. It's got a solid 4 or 5 inches of kicktail, which is really good to pop your foot back there, especially when you're like taking off really quickly. Being on a flat board doesn't give you as much of that kind of lean into it, I think the design of this deck is near perfect. The main thing that I like about this deck is these built-in grab handles. They don't extend out of the board or anything. They're just built right into the line of the board. You just grab your board and boom, you're off. This board is on the lighter side of electric skateboards at 14 pounds. Compare that to the Boosted Mini S, which is 15 pounds. You can also compare it to longer boosted boards, which are 17 pounds. So that long boosted plus, 17 pounds, this little guy, 14 pounds. But 14 pounds still ain't nothing. So this handle, it really comes in handy. You carrying it by this is way better than carrying it like this or grabbing your dirty trucks like you gotta do on the Meepo or the Boosted Mini S. So as silly as it may seem to really harp on this handle as a key feature, it's a major part of the user experience. Actually grabbing this board and going and it being so mobile, this handle is what kind of makes that possible. This board clocks in at super similar range and speed specs as the Mini S, with 18 miles per hour as a top speed and 7 miles of range total. Like most electric skateboards, this also has regenerative braking, so that 7 miles of range can be a little bit longer if you have a lot of downhills in your ride and you're using eco mode for the uphills and the flats. Again though, we're gonna test that out today. That 7 miles of range is due to the 97 watt-hour lithium-ion battery pack, which is sweet because it's just under the limit for TSA, so this board is airline friendly. You can upgrade this battery to 14 miles of range for $300, but then it's not airline friendly. I will say though, that the battery case is the part that has the sticker on it that says that this is a 97 watt-hour board. So technically, one could, but shouldn't, upgrade this to a 14 mile per hour range, but you still have a sticker that says 97 watt hours, so you could fly with it, even though you shouldn't. I have not done that to this board, for the record. I'm just saying you could do that if one were so inclined. With the included charger, this 97 watt-hour battery takes 3.5 hours to charge, but for $99, you can upgrade to a speed charger that takes 90 minutes. Just has a little button on the side to get it going. And this board is powered by an 1800 watt dual belt drive system. It's fast. Also, I know there's a lot of debate about the belt drive systems versus the hub motor systems, but from everything I've read and seen, for a short board with a stiff deck, a belt drive system and the big wheels are best for kind of more of a comfortable ride, but also for uphill performance. Again, I know that's debatable, and some of you will be very mad to hear that.
He said belt drives are better. I like hub motors, I'm angry.
Again, I know that's debatable. People get so angry online. As for the remote on this board, I would say that's this board's weakest point. On the back here, there's a little switch where you can switch from beginner mode to eco mode and pro mode. And the throttle throw on this thing is really short. So it is off to on to off. But you see how short that throw is? It's a really short kind of on, off. And when the throttle is that short, it's really hard to be precise. With this board, it's kind of everything or nothing. But Riptide has solved this problem already with their new Precision RX remote, which is another upgrade for $99. But with their R1X board, it comes with it. And that new remote has a large thumb wheel for more precision throttle and braking. The new remote honestly looks just like the one that comes with the Boosted Mini S. I think most e-board makers are kind of switching to that style with a really big thumb wheel, so you have a little bit more precision in that go or stopping. The feature though, that makes this board the best board of 2019, it's this piece. This is the waterborne surf adapter. And this is the whole partnership that made the R1 Black possible. This surf adapter turns this electric skateboard into an electric carver board. If you don't know what the carver board is, it's my favorite non-electric skateboard. It's this guy right here. And the reason it's so cool is because of its surf adapter, which is really similar, much smaller, but very similar in operation. See, the back trucks are normal. They move like a normal skateboard, just a little. When you really lean into them, they'll turn a little more. But the front truck, this thing moves like crazy. Look how much more that piece moves than that truck. Oh yeah, like hardly anything. Lots of movement. And let me explain why that gives a surf feel. When both sets of trucks are like this, and they both turn the same amount, however much that is, a little or a lot, when they turn at the same amount, they both follow kind of just a circular curve. So the front truck and the back truck are going in the same line together. But when the front truck turns way more than the back truck turns, it pivots. So see, when this is like this, and this just goes a little bit, it fires off that back foot. So you could fire this way, and then the nose fires that way. And that's what happens with surfing. The nose fires way more, and you pivot off your back foot. It's why skateboarding has always kind of felt like surfing, but not really, until 1996, when these guys came along, and they did this. But with this partnership between Waterborne and Riptide, they made a Carver board that can go 18 miles per hour with a 7-mile electric range to it. And that's basically my dream skateboard. Technically, this board with the 14-mile battery upgrade and the precision remote, that would be my dream skateboard. But this is close. So really, this is the best board of 2019 if you are a rider. If you're just looking to commute to work and back and you just kind of want to go straight lines or through the city, then this probably isn't the board for you. You should just go with their R1 or R1X boards and you would still get all the other features and the sweet carry handles. I really cannot stress enough how important these handles are. But if you're not looking to commute to work, you don't need that straight line, high speed mode, and you really just want to have some fun on a board, and again, you're a decent rider, you can kind of carve a little bit, you'll get better at carving with this board. And you'll have a lot more fun. The one sweet thing about this remote is that it has a hole in it, so you can spin it on your finger. You look like a cowboy. Yee-hoo! That's the only thing I'm gonna be bummed about if I upgrade this remote, is that there's no finger hole on the precision remote. All right, I'm gonna take it to the beach and we're gonna test the top speed and range of this board. I'm gonna see if I can actually get 7 miles out of it, even though I'll be going up hills and down hills. We'll see if we can hit the top speed of 18 miles per hour, which in pro mode I think is almost guaranteed to happen. This thing, it really hauls ass. All right, to the beach. All right, the very first test I'm gonna do is our speed test. I picked up an app called Speed Speak, and in theory, it's gonna tell me how fast I'm going on this board. We'll see if it works. Oh, bumpies. Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. 14, 16. Oh, stop sign. All right, so far we've hit 16 miles an hour. Come on. Ooh, this is a good flat right here. Oh, 17. Whoa, 20! It just jumped to 20! Woo! Alright, that was my top speed test. Instead of the 18 miles per hour that this thing said it can go, it went 20 miles an hour. Again, that's dependent on the accuracy of the app I was using. And now I'm gonna do a total distance test. I'm just gonna drive all over Carlsbad and see if I can get my 7 miles of range. I will be using regenerative braking though, so on the downhills, when I slow down, I might actually add some distance back into the battery by doing that. But yeah, in general, I'm just gonna have fun on this board. Oh, I'm also gonna switch to the Insta360 because I think it'll make for a more interesting montage. Here we go. Holy cow. This is the first time I've really taken this board for like a long ride like that. I've already clocked 5.6 miles on this thing and I'm tired. I don't know if that's because of the short board, hard deck aspect, which I think it is. I think a longer board, a lot more bounce to it. You wouldn't feel so many of the bumps and you'd be able to ride a lot longer. But right now I'm at 5.6 miles and 3 out of 4 bars on the skateboard. There's no percentages on the skateboard, just bars. And there's 4 of them, and I've only used up 1 of them, going 5.6 miles. I don't have a lot more time, so I'm gonna try to use up the entire battery, but honestly, it might just not be possible if it goes as long as it seems like it's going. I'm gonna take a little break here, and then I'll get back to it. Whew. Yeah, 5.6 miles. It's a long way to go on a skateboard. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I've been riding a skateboard for over an hour. I am currently at 8 miles on the dot, and my skateboard, yeah, it's still at 2 bars out of 4 bars. I want to finish this whole test, but my leg is killing me. I'm tired. I'm gonna head back up to my house, take a little break during the drive, ride it some more around there, see if I can actually kill this battery. But right now, 8 miles and 2 bars, it makes me feel like I have the 14-mile battery, but I don't. I have the 7-mile battery. It says 97 watt hours on it. The 14-mile battery is way more than that. But yeah, and I'm not regenerative braking very much at all. I'm barely using the brake. So it's not like it's pumping tons of juice back into the board, but whew. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I will ride more when I get back to my house. Super uneventful. Apparently the battery indicator lights do not do much because I just took it outside in the town square. I didn't go very far at all and it died. I went 0.5 of a mile, so 8.5 miles is what I got today, which is weird because again, like I said, there was 4 lights when it's full and it was down to 2 lights. But then when I went back out, only half a mile. So maybe there's something up with these lights. In general though, it did perform better than the 7 miles it said it was gonna go. Went 8.5, so that's good. But yeah, I thought for a second, maybe they put a 14-mile battery in mind. They were like, we're out of 7-mile batteries. Just throw a 14-miler in that one, ship it. I think it's hard to explain why this board is so good until you ride it, which is hard because they don't make just this board anymore. You would have to buy the R1, then buy the trucks and put it together. I would say if you have a chance to go ride a carver board and you know what that feels like and you like it, then this setup is for you. It's for like a rider, like somebody who's a board sport athlete. You like to carve, you like that feeling. You're not just looking to go as fast as you can in a straight line. Yeah, that's who this board is for. So if that's you, the R1 Black is the best board of 2019 that you can no longer buy and you have to build. But I think it'd be worth it still. Again, it's my carver board, but it's electric. And yeah, for me, that's a dream. This thing's amazing. I'm exhausted. My leg is exhausted. Woo! Yeah, guys. You're using it. Hi. What are you guys? Oh my gosh, what is that? Babe. Why does mom put you in these outfits? You look so cute though. Is it ridiculous? What do you think of the camera? What do you think? Eleanor is getting huge. Look, she can almost sit up on her own. Look at that. Oh. Oh.